there I was taking a huge shit at work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hot glazing. I was like, my butt's on fire. I had Taco Bell last night, and it didn't pop out until I actually got into work.
God damn.
And then the moment I unleashed the thunder, I heard a door open. He said something and said, "What the fuck?" And I didn't say anything.
You don't have
I
like a
just
coveted bathroom at work?
no, well, because like we have a locker room to change into like the uniform, and then the bathroom's right there.
Oh, you did this in the company locker bathroom? Locker room
Yeah.
bathroom?
That's
It's
we
just like
have-
a bunch.
we have
It's like
a-
a huge
That's
stall. Like
diabolical,
it's
man.
like
Yeah, we have so many bathrooms in my building, and then there's like a floor that no one ever goes on. And I was like, oh, I'd like to go on there.
it's your private bathroom.
Yeah, there's a secret bathroom near my spot too. That
Yeah.
only like the retail stores go to. So it's really like the back alley. And security goes to it too.
You don't get the
Nice.
degenerates in there. The degenerates that eat Taco Bell the night before.
Hey, Taco Bell. Hey, Taco Bell is a pretty thing. Okay,
I haven't had
That's
Taco Bell
almost-
in a while.
I'm a big fan of Taco Bell. They had a press conference. Oh my god, that's crazy.
For what?
No,
Taco
there were no
Bell.
not press conference. It was like an E3 event. Like holy
Taco-
crap!
Oh, like a fast food event, but Taco Bell was there.
No.
No,
Like actual
just
like
Taco
a
Bell.
convention center.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Just for Taco Bell. Like
Yeah.
they had their own like E3 presentation type of style.
They have it every
You know
year.
where we
You guys
went-
heard about? Huh?
We should have went in Florida. We should have went to the Taco Bell cantina. Have you been to one of
Oh
those?
yeah,
The Taco Bell restaurant, and they have like alcohol and like they have like
it's a fancy ass Taco Bell.
like
Damn, that's a good
fancy
one.
Taco Bell.
Hmm.
Actually, Taco Bell.
Okay, I guess we're gonna talk that about the cast because they reviewed a lot of things, and I would happily talk about this in the podcast.
Well, great.
Yeah,
Because on
was
that
that the
note,
beginning?
I'm gonna give the official greeting. Now that we have this introduction, welcome again to the podcast where we talk about food and whatnot. I am currently here joined with Lit, which involves Ebenezer, James, and Justin.
Hello,
We're back again.
back at it again with the white vans.
That's right.
Did you get that reference? You're an old person.
How long? That was like 6 years. Actually, no,
That
that might have
was
been more
like-
6 years.
That's
I think that
long.
was
That's
more than
longer.
6 years.
That's
ago.
longer, dude.
Damn, Daniel.
I mean, the person that doesn't know who it is might be 6 right now.
Oh no, my cousin.
God.
My birthday of my cousin is 2000. He's born 2008. I don't think he knows what it is. Right now he's 16. Wait, did I math right? Yeah, 16.
Math that. I'm not mathing today. That's been decided.
No, but you're gonna history. You're history.
I'm not the history guy either.
the
Ebenezer,
history
what happened
guy.
in the battle, Gettysburg?
I was literally about to say that.
You're the history guy.
You're
you
the
know
history
this.
guy. You need to tell me what happened.
No, I'm the guy who asks you history stuff.
I'm the guy that reflects it back to the questioner.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
let
Ebenezer,
me.
I wanna hear your rendition of the
My
Gettysburg.
rendition. All right, so this is what happened. All right,
Yeah.
all true, all factual. So I forget who they fighting, but let's just say they're Russian. All right. So
What?
the General Lee
Right.
was the commanding general at the time, and the president was Abraham Lincoln. And so there was this really bad storm that had gone down, causing the Russians to get kind of locked between this I don't know what it's like a flash flood, yeah. Locked between this flash flood area and this kind of low position point. And on the higher point was General Lee's army, but they've been fighting this war for quite a while. So Lincoln goes to write Lee, yo, this is perfect opportunity. They're cornered. They're split off from like their main division and the generals in the flock. He's like, you guys should be attacking now. So General Lee decides not to attack. And Lincoln is furious. And there's like this famous line he says in it. It's something like it's equivalent to that meme where someone goes like, my disappointment is immeasurable.
Yeah.
Like Lincoln says something around those lines. Like he's like, my disappointment is immeasurable. I'm like this. We could have ended the war, but this will now we will now be fighting indefinitely because that was like our opportunity to kill, like to blow up the Death Star. But right as he's about to publish it, he then realizes I shouldn't send this to General Lee. And so instead, he packs up that letter and puts it where I don't know where presidents put letters that they can't delete because there's no email. And he writes a new letter to General Lee saying like, "Hey, I trust your decision-making skills, and I'm sure you have good reason to not attack them when they're at their weakest. Um, keep doing a good job, and love your president. love President Lincoln." And so the reason why he did that is because Lincoln is very famous for his very strong people skills of not to admonish, because if he admonished him, he would have less influence with Lee. And pretty much he pretty much pieced together. He goes, if I go off on Lee and tell him that, yo, you're dumb for not attacking, Lee will rebut with, shut up. I don't want, like, I don't want to attack, so I don't want to attack. Questioning Lee would then will first you lose currency with Lee and influence to have Lee do other things. Secondly, Lee will have to retort with like, I'm gonna stand on my own business, and Lee will probably in the end like remove himself from the army, which will leave them lacking of a general in a time of war. And he's like, no real reason to do it because it'll just it's more negative outcomes, even though I know I'm right and tell him that he fucked up. And it was good that he did not admonish General Lee because Lee then went on to continue as the general for the army, and they eventually won the war, even though at the time it seemed indefinite. But that's what happened at the Battle of Gettysburg. And I'm sure there's a canon to memorialize where it happened. But who the fuck knows? They probably built the Walmart over that shit.
Well, here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up the Battle of Gettysburg, which happened
Mm-hmm.
on July 1st to 3rd of 1863
1863.
during the American Civil War, right?
Civil War. They're fighting themselves. Okay.
So it says that Robert E. Lee was the Confederate general, not
Is
part of
that
the
the
Union.
racist side?
Huh?
Which side is
Yeah,
that?
it's the
The
South.
racist
The
side.
Confederate
Well,
side
Lincoln was
is
racist
the side
too.
that
He's
lost, not Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm
Not Abraham
confused as to why Robert Lee was taking orders from Abraham Lincoln when he's the opposite general,
Was it?
the opposing general side.
I don't know history. I just know the Battle of Gettysburg.
The
I just
battle,
know
it
the
was
Battle of
between,
Gettysburg.
was it? It was between the Robert E. Lee and then the whatever General Meade, right?
I know he was a
Grant
traitor,
or
wasn't he?
Silas?
General Meade was the Union one. It was on like the north side.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, no, there was
How did
one
the Civil
president.
War
It
end?
wasn't two presidents. There was one president. It was Abraham Lincoln. They
How
just
would
didn't agree with
give me
Abraham
a
Lincoln.
give me a recap on the
Oh
Civil War,
god. Oh god.
all right? Because I remember they split up because one side's like, "Yo, slaves are wrong," and the other one side's like, "Yeah, shut the fuck up," and they fight. And then, how does it end?
The Union won. That's why we don't have slaves anymore.
Did they win?
The North.
Mm.
What do you
No.
mean?
Someone gotta fact check this now, because no one's willing to do it.
What do you mean? The
Wait,
Union.
the Union? What do you mean? Like they killed all the
They
Confederacy, or
didn't
like
kill them. They just defeated them. So then the Confederate army
they
just conceded. They
conceded?
just conceded and they stopped fighting because
Okay. What was the president's role in this at the time? Because I'm
the
confused.
president was just like he's the reason why I'm pretty sure he's the reason why the Confederacy wanted to fight back because he wanted to make laws to abolish slavery. So they didn't agree with that. So then that's why they did the Civil War and they uprose. And then
Okay. Well, the story is more about Lincoln
allegedly.
talking skills.
Right.
But if you read the book, because then again, I'm paraphrasing.
What
I'm
book?
paraphrasing what I remember.
You said Russia.
Well, because I don't remember key points. I remember lessons when I read a book. Like I remember what I can.
Right.
What
You
book is
remember
this
the
from?
morality.
This book is was it influencing?
U.S. history book?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
No, it's Dean Carnegie. Dean Carnegie, Influencing People and Making Friends, 1930.
Damn. So
It's a
a long
very
time
old
ago.
book, but the example was used to talk to pretty much the lesson was like, don't, if you can, in most cases, don't admonish someone because you want the currency with them, so that way you can kind of still negotiate with them in future terms. And there, yeah,
You want to
he uses
keep
a lot of
the
different.
relationship like
Doesn't admonish just means like reprimand, right?
Yeah,
Like you're holding them accountable to what they did. So you're saying you shouldn't
like
admonish them.
you shouldn't reprimand, you shouldn't like critique, because in the goal of you're trying to recruit people as your friends or influence them, it's definitely a lot harder to have your influence on people when you're known to give harsh critique on their decision making skills.
You're
So it's
saying in
like,
the case of the Gettysburg Address,
yeah,
Lincoln
because he was
didn't
still
do it
able to,
because, yeah, if he did do it, then the people of the South would be like, fuck Lincoln, like, because General Lee was the general for them.
it says that the Battle of Gettysburg marked the turning point of the Civil War.
Yeah, I
So I
think it
guess
was
Abraham
the
Lincoln did the
worst
right
battle,
thing
right?
whenever
Like
he
it was
did
like the
that.
worst battle, I think, in the Civil War.
Because all I
does show
remember
that
about the
Lee did
Civil
retire.
War is that like the Confederate States were like dominating against the North because they had so much stronger, like, not infrastructure, but just were just winning. They had all the key states, everything was traded to the South, everything, all the resources, and then they were getting pushed back a lot until they won that one battle, which I'm guessing is Gettysburg. And then once the Union won the Gettysburg battle, everything started working in their favor.
The North has the brains.
Because I remember they were fighting over the like who owned the Mississippi, because there was so much trade and everything happening through the Mississippi that whoever controlled that was like gonna dominate the
Right.
war.
Because I think everything west of the Mississippi was hard to get to,
Yeah,
right?
Because
Yeah.
they use boats. They only use boats.
yeah.
Some boats.
But yeah, I recommend the book. It's good. The 1930s is outdated though, but it's good. I liked it because it felt like reading a time traveler's notes. It was very like the lessons are still realistic to today's standards, but the examples are so old that you have to kind of find a new example to connect it to. Because a lot of the examples are he uses historical figures in history and like personal events from people who work back when you just write, like people would write in the newspaper like how their job is and shit like that. We're actually reading someone's like biography. Like he did a lot of what is it? Kennedy. He did a lot of Kennedy. He did a lot of Lincoln. Very interesting. But yeah, I recommend it. It had some juicy tidbits of knowledge.
That's your recommendation.
I was about to say, like, you recommended that's quick already in the
All right, that's
early
the end of the
podcast.
podcast,
Well,
guys.
he asked me about the
That's how it goes.
Gettysburg, and it's only because
Hold
I
on.
read that book.
Okay, first of
Only because
all,
I read that book.
he already recommended this book like 3 episodes ago. Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
This is just for the new viewers. All right, any new
I
viewers out there?
guess.
This is
I guess in this, what episode this is?
This is episode 21.
Is this the
21?
last one of the season, you said?
No.
No, it's not the last
No.
Have you guys been reading anything?
one. I've been reading stuff for school. I don't want to.
What do you read in What do you read in school exactly?
Well,
Like you open the
my
book, and is it just numbers?
no, it's not books. But like my professor just sent us a bunch of like, cause I'm taking that business law class, so it's a bunch of like just cases of stuff. Like I was telling you about the one today. We did the global warming one.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty
Yeah.
interesting. I did
And
like
then
the whole ethical conundrum.
the last one before we did the like financial crisis 2008, or like when the market or when we were in a recession.
Yeah, that bubble.
Yeah, the bubble.
Do you know why that happened?
What?
The 2008 crash,
The housing
the
bubble?
house market. Yeah.
It's because like loan companies and banks were offering like these things called like subprime loans that were like very predatory and had like extremely high interest rates, and they were accepting anyone for the loans, regardless if you didn't have a job or like had like consistent salary. They were
Oh,
giving you the loans because the agents for the places were getting what's it called,
like
like
a
a
commission
percentage,
off.
like a commission back,
Oh,
however many loans they got. But these loans were so bad, and these people that they were giving it to had like really bad credit scores, and they couldn't really afford the loans that they were given. So they got the house, they got everything in there, and then these houses are also way above value, like because at that time everything, like everyone wanted a house because everyone could get a loan. So you want a
yeah.
house, and everyone's bidding on a house. So then now the house's value goes up, and then people are
Oh,
paying like X amount of percentage than what the house is actually worth. So then when these people that had these loans got the house and these payments came around, like for the mortgage, you couldn't pay them because the interest was so high, and some of these guys weren't even making money, that all these payments were deferred. And they weren't paying, and then they weren't paying. So now the bank's not making money, right?
okay.
And then when people put money in the bank uses the money to invest into other things. Now
Yeah.
if the bank doesn't have money, then yeah,
So
that's
then
how.
that's why when people pulled out their money, the money
I
that
mean,
they didn't have it because that's the money the people should have been paying to them for the loans they took out that they couldn't afford to pay.
because you know how like
Interesting.
usually, like
Okay.
when things like this happen, people flood to the bank and try to take their money
Yeah.
out. But
Yeah.
when they take all their money out, then that's even worse because now the bank doesn't have money. So,
Holy shit.
yeah,
You think if everyone in America just went to take their money out right now, you think it would happen again?
I would think
I don't know
so
because
I think
like
I think I can
because
see
the
it.
government's already like $1 trillion in debt, right? So everyone
yeah,
took
but
out
you
their
can always
money.
bail out.
If
It's like
everyone bails
Like 'cause
out, then
during
no
during
one.
that time they bailed out the companies. I forgot how much what the dollar amount was, but
The government did?
the government bailed out like banks and like financial institutions
Holy shit.
because they couldn't afford to pay some stuff. So I forgot how much money it was, like 200 billion or something, like 400. I don't know how much it was. A lot of money though.
damn.
Dang.
Yeah. But then the people are still like affected by it today.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like been 20, almost 20 years.
Yeah, because like they're stuck in a predatory mortgage.
Oh, they're still in that super loan.
I mean, you can
Damn.
probably like average like try to like refinance, and they probably did, but like people at that time, people weren't even paying their loan or the mortgages because you couldn't pay a mortgage, but the bank, like it was so hard to foreclose too, so you were able to like not pay because you know what I mean, there was no leverage anywhere. Yeah. So
Interesting.
there's a
Oh,
really good movie about it too that
There is. That's what I was
it's
thinking of
called
that
The Big
exact
Short.
movie. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one. That
And
shit's so good. Yeah.
oh, oh, okay, okay.
That's what happened.
I forgot to ask y'all.
Yeah.
Is there anything new happening that you want to talk about on the podcast? Because we went straight into Taco Bell, so
Yeah, we
I
did.
forgot to
Yeah.
mention like
Oh
anything new happening
no,
to
no,
y'all.
you guys.
No.
All right, thanks
Oh.
for
We
coming,
haven't. We
guys.
haven't.
Only new for
we
me is like
haven't. Mm,
finish that program I was telling Albanese about for work. Was doing a data analyst program that I finished for like 7 months.
ooh,
That's
Finally out.
done finally.
nice.
Now I can sleep.
Finally
It
free.
should have ended with a
I
raise. I swear,
Yeah.
it should have ended with a raise.
I used
I
to
bet
like
you
do
saved a
work
million
until like
dollars.
nah, all of that.
Bro, your whole thing was
Actually,
about saving money, bro. I feel like you definitely.
I mean the insights that I found from my project were really good, but it's also like dependent because like we need like we have this thing, it's like a gas charge, right?
Mm,
So like or not gas, like hazardous charge. So if a customer moves like a hazardous booking, then we charge them this hazardous surcharge, which is $300, right? But sometimes that's a lot of money for a customer, like $300 on top of what they're already paying to move the cargo. So then they're like, hey, I have X amount of cargo. How about we do like a discount for that surcharge, the has? And then we're like, all
huh.
right, so how much cargo do you have? And they say, okay, we have like 300 shipments to Japan, right? And they go, okay, well, we can do like $200 or $150 instead. And you go, all right, so $150 now instead of $300, and I have 200 shipments, right? So you're gonna make money on the shipments because of the volume, but on the hazardous side, we don't make as much as we could have charged on $300. That's what I tracked. Is the difference between how much we could have charged for the hazardous, or how much we give a discount to the customer.
Right.
I see. Okay.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But I guess
pretty
it's
smart.
good.
Yeah.
That's
Makes
it. That's
sense.
new. I get to sleep now. Yeah.
Full rest.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Justin?
Um, nothing really new. Just working, hang out with my girlfriend every weekend. Um, not much. She got back from Arizona recently.
But you do
For
K-pop concert, right?
no, she just went to visit a friend.
Oh, I thought you were gonna come. Oh,
That's like
that's hot as hell.
later. That's later.
Arizona's nice. We should go to Arizona. But I was there
Really?
like what last year with I was there last year with Ayana and her family.
I
It
heard
was
it's way
nice.
too hot there.
Well, it depends where. It's like if you're in Phoenix, it's hot. But if you're like north near like the Grand Canyon, it's really nice.
Right. Okay.
Except I mean in the
It's,
summer it's hot, but that's because it's the summer.
it's also like it's not hot all the time because recently when she went, it was rain. Well, it's not sunny. I mean to say because it was rainy and stormy. Like
Right.
and like one day out of her like 5 days stay, it was sunny.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I like Arizona though. It's cool. And the roads there, like as you just look and it's just like straight
Long
like,
stretch.
desert. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like
Desert.
straight. Like it's so cool. Yeah.
I like Arizona.
But the Grand Canyon is so cool though too.
Is
It
it
literally
really?
looks it literally looks like a painting.
Like your
Like
wife should
it's cool. It's cool to see it like one time, and I'd go again. But I feel like it loses like the it's cool.
charm.
Yeah, like
its
once you
charm.
see it again, it's like okay, I've already seen this. But you have to see it at least once in your life. I feel
Yeah.
like
Like yes, yeah.
it's actually kind of crazy though. When you look at it, you're like, damn. And you can go down into like the canyon, and there's like a river in there.
Do flash floods happen in the Grand Canyon?
Not at that level if you're on the top, but like on the bottom. I don't know if it's on the bottom. I don't think it. I don't know. But then the thing I liked more than the Grand Canyon was like we did these like these slot canyons where you get to walk into it,
Yeah.
and like you're walking inside the actual canyon that's like carving the path for it, and that's what gets flooded. Yeah,
I
Oh, like
see.
the water.
like you can see like the carving of that the like the water did, and
Yeah.
yeah, like that part's really cool. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't remember if I've been to the Grand Canyon or not.
have you been
I
to
never
Arizona?
went. I never went.
I don't think I
Never.
have.
I
I
don't feel like
remember
you've never
going to
been
like
that far
Niagara
west, have you?
Falls, but
Yeah.
the Grand Canyon, I don't think I have.
That's far away though, Grand Canyon. Niagara Falls is pretty close.
That's why.
Yeah. I feel like you'd remember if you went to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
wow, it's a big hole.
It
Would
actually
you like
looks
to
good when
go?
you look at it.
Would
I
you
mean,
like to
I
go,
don't
Scott?
mind. It's a nature's beauty of a giant carving.
I mean, you know what Ebenezer said yesterday? He said we should do what?
Well,
Travel
Ebenezer said he
more.
doesn't like the Grand
Oh
Canyon.
shit.
He said he hates the Grand Canyon.
I would try. Yeah, I do also kind of. Cause
All
I
right, what do you
think
want to see then?
Well,
Isn't it a wonder?
Canyon.
Is
The Grand
it a wonder
Canyon.
of the
Niagara.
world?
I'm sure
Is
it
it a
is.
wonder? Is that the wonder of the world? No, it's
Grand
not.
Canyon?
No, I thought it was like a.
How
I
many
thought one
wonders
of the
are there?
mountains was.
Wonders.
It's one of
Of
the
the
new
world.
wonders, most likely.
The new wonders.
Grand Canyon. I don't know. The Grand Canyon just seems like a giant big hole.
Isn't that
That's
cool?
that's it
Uh,
is. It
The
is.
boy in me
It's
is
just-
like, wow, big hole. But
Oh, you know
I'd
what we
be
should
like, I
see?
bet you'd be mesmerized by it. Like, oh, that's a big hole,
Right.
so big.
Oh, the new seven wonders are Great Wall of China, Christ the Redeemer.
Don't lie.
if I
Don't
want
lie,
to see the Grand
Ebenezer.
Canyon, I'll just go home to my wife. That's what I want to hear at the Grand Canyon.
Wait, if you're saying that, I don't know. I don't know how is your wife
I want to
after
go to
like
the Grand Canyon. I want to see a family like the dad with the freaking bush mustache bitching. Ah, God, what a hole.
after
Oh yeah,
her
that
fifth
Grand
kid.
Canyon.
After her fifth kid.
Oh.
I
Niagara
mean,
Falls sounds
hey,
cooler.
No, I don't think
wait,
so. I've seen Niagara Falls.
wait.
Was it bad?
The canyon.
I like
It's just
water.
this is a big ass waterfall.
Big
It's just
It's
the same thing
loud.
as a big ass hole.
It's hella loud too.
Are there dolphins? No, not dolphins.
There's no dolphins.
Bet there's nothing.
Dolphins going down this like
Like what? They're falling.
It's
You can take
Six
like
Flags for
ferry trips
dolphins.
there. You can take like ferry trips on the water.
Yeah. Apparently, the Canadian side is a lot cooler than the American side.
Yeah.
I think some people even propose on the ferry or near it, right? When they
Probably.
like marriage propose.
Sure they
Like
did, yeah.
I have heard of that. That was like a thing.
that's kind of weird though, because like one of the wonders or one huge waterfall, and you proposing, but like the look, like everyone's wet, dressed, drenched,
Oh, like the
have like
ponchos
a
and stuff.
rink. Yeah,
Mm.
I feel like that's not the best. Like, you know, pop the
Well,
question.
I had an issue to bring that thing on the airplane, that ring. Oh my god, I was so scared to
What
lose
did they
it.
say?
I didn't say anything, but I was just like worried about losing it. Like I
Oh,
was so scared to lose it.
Oh,
Well, you had a backup. You had a plan. You had the backup.
Yeah, but I didn't want to lose the main one.
yeah.
Like,
This one
yeah.
lose that one.
I lose the backup, whatever. Who cares? That shit was only like $80, but which apparently is still expensive. Because I went to like before I left to Costa Rica, I went to the mall near my workplace to go to Pandora to buy like a cheap ring, right?
Yeah.
Like a cheap ring for like a travel ring for her because I
Yeah.
was bringing the actual ring.
Yeah.
And then like I give Ayana I should give her on the actual ring, and I go, oh, but you don't have to wear that because I got you also like the travel ring. She goes, okay, where'd you get the travel ring from? I was like, oh, I got it from Pandora. She goes, like what? She goes, what do you mean? I was like, I got the travel ring from Pandora. She was like, how much was it? I was like, it was like total like $100. She's like, why don't you just get one from like Walmart? I didn't even. Does Walmart have rings apparently?
they do.
I think they do.
They do.
I think
Oh,
I think it's like just like, you know.
and it's like $10 apparently. Oh, I did not know that. She's like, yeah, you could have just got one. I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
He
What
wants
the
to be.
fuck?
She's worth more than Walmart rings, right?
Because
Yeah,
I thought no, but I thought
exactly.
like the Pandora one was like the $100 was just because it was cheaper than the actual, right? Like
Yeah, of
a
course.
billion times
yeah.
cheaper than the actual one. So I was like, okay, it's a cheap one. And then now she was like, oh well, you went to the Pandora and people get their actual engagement rings from Pandora. And I was like, so you look mad disrespectful going to that Pandora and saying you need a travel cheap ring and then buy it. I was like, oh my god.
Hey, so I just see some shit for the weekend. You guys
Because
see that, right?
I walked into because I thought Pandora was like you know, like the
The
kiosk
go-to?
in the middle of the mall.
Yeah.
I thought it was like that.
No,
Like,
no.
apparently it's
No.
not. And
No,
then
it's the
I
name
went into
brand,
the
dude.
place. Yeah, I went into the place, and I was like, she was like, oh my god, what can I help you with? And I was like, I just need a travel ring that if I lose it, if I lose it, or my girlfriend loses it on a trip, we're fine. She goes, like a travel ring, like a cheap one. I was like, yeah, whatever. She goes, okay, and I was like,
Oh my god, the
yeah.
way you said
This is a
the way you
bargain
explained
bin.
it sounds bad. It sounds so
That
bad.
sounds pretty bad.
Listen,
I don't know.
I have come to the conclusion that if you go to any fancy place and you have money with you, 9 times out of 10, as long as you look the part, you're gonna get in. Because when I went to like Sojo Spa in like North Jersey area, it's like I'm not saying it's a fancy area, but it's a fancier spa than the one that's down here.
It's fancy.
Yeah, it's fancy. And so like we paid the fee, and then everyone else has like a normal like duffel bag to carry their clothes. I have a plastic bag. All right. I look like some random kid came in with his father's money with a plastic bag standing there waiting for my girlfriend, and it's just like, oh god. It was so
He's
awkward.
got the plastic bag and he's got like a stick, look like a hobo. And
Yeah. I'm like a beggar.
Just poke it in.
That's when I realized as long as you have money, the institutions will still accept you as long as you're semi look the part. So I was like,
I've
okay,
learned that.
now I know.
Just be confident, like oh, I got it, even though
No,
you're
I
wearing
just
like
didn't. I
rags.
just didn't know that I disrespected a well-known establishment.
The way she said, like the way that the
He was like,
cashier or the ring
"Oh,"
person was like, "Oh, hi, I can help you." Oh,
Yeah.
he's like,
oh,
"Oh, here."
travel ring.
I was like, "Yeah, like okay."
It
And
felt
then she
so
was like,
disappointing.
"Well,
Well, she was probably expecting
now I
that big
feel bad."
commission out of
Yeah,
your actual ring.
that's
You gypped
true.
her.
Yeah,
That's okay. It's all done with.
Cool, Douglas.
it's all done with. Yes.
I mean, I just didn't know that. I don't know. I just thought $100
Wait,
was fine for a cheap ring.
was this mentioned earlier in the podcast before?
What?
No, this is the first time the
That
viewers
was
are
the first time.
listening to hear this. This
You
guy.
can't touch me anymore, viewers. You can't touch me anymore.
Dear listeners, this
Dear
guy's
listeners,
engaged. He's a
yes,
taken man officially.
he is off the market.
Yeah,
That's crazy to even say.
I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not
That's
sorry.
something new. That's something new. Technically,
That
I
is
was like,
new.
I was like,
And that was only 2 weeks ago. Not even 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
But it feels like it was like 3 months ago.
which is crazy.
My God.
But yeah, James is our
Mm,
playboy. No more. He's taken.
He's
Yeah.
locked in.
He's locked in.
Now I can't go out. I sleep at 10 o'clock.
He just takes his vitamins before bed.
I took my vitamins. Oh. But yeah.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
We're getting old.
getting old.
But yeah, so if you guys are ever doing it in the future, don't go to Pandora to buy cheap travel ring, okay?
Gotcha.
Go to
Don't.
Walmart.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
get on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So.
James, as a new engaged proposal fiance, how do you feel?
I don't feel different, I'll tell you that.
No, feel
I
different.
feel like you'll feel different after like you get married. Because honestly, it feels the same. It's like she just has a ring on her finger, which I mean, it's really nice, but I'm just saying it feels.
Well, it still
It
takes a
took
lot to
it,
get to this point.
Yeah.
you
Well,
still a
yeah.
kidney. Yeah, you still a kidney and like some other body parts just to.
You seem less
That's right.
stressed.
You have to get permission to
Yeah.
put the ring on in the first
Oh
place.
yeah.
I
The
think I think
blessings.
actually it's more fun the process of it than I mean, I'm not saying the actual process is not fun. But
Of course, of course, of course.
Nerve wracking for you.
No,
Nerve wracking.
but I think it's like I think that whole like the whole like the mystery before is fun too. Because like now you're leading up to it, and when you do it, and then now it's done. But then
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, now she's my fiance. But it's not like, I mean, you know what I mean? It doesn't,
It doesn't
like, it's
feel
not like,
any
it's not like I'm
difference.
making, like, and now I'm taking her car to get an oil change now. Or like, now I'm like, you know what I mean? Now I'm like cooking like 6 times more dinners than what I used to before. Or, yeah. That's after. That's the marriage.
That's
Then
the
I'll take her car
marriage.
for an oil change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Almost
It's
married.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say though, there's a really big there's a really big like I guess controversial situation happening right now on TikTok between this couple TikTok. Like they're a couple
Oh
TikTok, and
yeah.
there's a girl, and they're both Korean, and the girl right now is pregnant. She has a full-time job. Actually, she might have 2 jobs, and she's also an influencer with like 1+ million followers. But her husband, that's 9 years older than her, doesn't have a job, and is like I think like a pastor or something. But like,
He plays video games.
and he plays
Like,
video games
only.
like all the time.
Yeah.
Is he
So
like a
everyone is
streamer
like,
or just casually
No,
no,
plays?
it's like
I think he just
it's
plays with friends.
he plays Valorant.
Yeah, but
He's
like
not
the thing
streaming.
is, everyone's like, "Oh, you're such a bum. You don't have a job. Your wife is like basically working 2 jobs, and
Damn.
she's pregnant, and she cooks because he doesn't cook."
Yikes.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Not looking great.
How would you marry
Yeah.
this guy? Why would you
Crazy.
marry this guy?
I
He's really good at Valorant.
well,
Is
I don't
he?
know.
Maybe.
No,
And then
well,
I think the thing that kicked it off too, like why everyone was so like gun ho about it, because they started a podcast, and then one of the episodes was
Valorant.
struggles of being married, and then they were going over the finances, and they're going all this stuff, and then like they were talking about their wedding and then their honeymoon, and then during the honeymoon, she was telling a story like right when they got back from the honeymoon, they moved into their new apartment, and then the boyfriend, or I guess the husband, bought like a gaming PC and was like doing that the day of they got home, and was building it, and like was doing, I guess, just like doing all the specs before nighttime when they play with his friends.
Of course.
And at nighttime he played with his friends until 7 o'clock in the morning, and she had work the next day, I think, or something like that.
Was he being
And like she
loud?
couldn't sleep. Yeah, she couldn't sleep in the room because he was being loud. And then she had to sleep on like the love seat outside. And he came over at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And was like, "Are you okay?" That's crazy.
that's crazy. Yeah, I heard about that. And like everyone like on TikTok like were bashing the dude
Right.
because like what the fuck was he doing? Like
I mean,
why
that's
is
just
he?
bum behavior, right? That's like
Yeah.
that's
Wait,
like
Some.
and she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Working.
And then on the podcast, she was talking about like, oh, they were going through struggles in the past, right? And she was saying like, it would have been so much easier or different and she'd be like, I was always wondering what happens if I would just marry a rich guy, and then she goes, I guess not, because in this relationship I'm the rich guy. And I was like, damn,
Yikes.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. I believe in like equivalent exchange, balance of
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
Like if you're
Or
gonna,
like if someone's not 100%, then you have to make up for it, but then they'll make up for it again later.
yeah, exactly.
But that's just such a. And you cook. You get home and you cook. It's like, damn.
That's rough. Does he
I'd be so
clean?
mad.
I hope he
I think
cleans.
so. I think they said they split like some duties, but also I don't think like okay, you split duties, but it's also like the nth power, right? Like what's like why is she doing so much more, and you're doing like this?
Well,
Because
I
just like
think
you're doing the bare minimum, but also the bare minimum is not enough.
yeah, because he's not even a house husband.
Yeah, right.
Because if you're at least were a house husband, then you can justify it. But if you're really
'Cause
just
I would
playing
do that.
games, then it's just like, what are you doing?
Because you're a stay-at-home husband, right?
Yeah,
But you're not a stay-at-home dad.
right.
You're not a dad yet,
Yeah.
right? You're not. It's not like you have the kid didn't come out
He's
yet.
getting ready.
Yeah, like because I get it if you're a stay-at-home dad,
Let him cook.
right? Because I could be a stay-at-home dad. I would do it. I used to tell Ayana that all the time. I was like, you go work full time. I'll stay home with the kids and
You
clean and
stay
cook.
home
But
with the
I
kids, all
Right.
day and everything. Change the
He's
diapers,
trying to
make
be
the
a
food.
proper man and
Right.
lady.
Yeah.
I'll put an apron on. Shit, I don't care.
Naked
I'll put a
apron?
wig on.
Ayo? Just me? Okay. No problem.
But yeah, I think
Pause.
that's such a rough story for that
Resume.
woman. I feel so bad.
Can't believe they put it out there on the internet.
It is crazy.
And that's the thing too, right? I feel
Yeah.
like you shouldn't be sharing that kind of shit.
Like,
Like
what
we
were
get
you
it. You want to be
expecting?
transparent.
Yeah, like a big backlash. I think also, like what you said, some people feel like maybe she knew about it and then she still
I think
did
she.
it.
Oh, like did she did it on purpose? Like to say it to talk about it?
Yeah,
I'm sure
because
she
like,
did.
well, no, but like, oh no, I meant like also in the relationship. Maybe she knew
Oh, she definitely did. I feel like she definitely did. But I think
and she
she
still,
just likes him a lot, or like they're in love, and then I don't know.
but then she was like so like maybe like already passionate and like already in it
Why?
that she didn't realize that's actually not how a family or a husband and wife should do. You know?
And you can't even actually. So what the crazy thing is too is you can't even actually blame her parents because her parents actually have a very loving relationship and they love her a lot. So another crazy thing is when the guy was asking the dad, like her dad, to marry her, like to ask her hand in marriage and propose, he apparently didn't get back to him for like 2 months. And then he called him and said, "Okay, I thought about it. I'll give you my approval to marry my daughter because I trust my daughter's choice."
Mm,
Crazy.
mm.
Like I feel like I would know if my wife's or my I guess fiance's father didn't want me to marry. I feel like I would know that myself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Of course.
yeah. But like I wouldn't get married to someone if I thought it would take 2 months for him to say yes for me to propose. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, all
Yeah.
that tells me is that there's hope for me to get a girlfriend.
I think so.
Because if there's
As long as
girls
you have
out
a
there
I
that
job.
think
can
so.
accept a guy like that, then I think I'm looking pretty good.
Just do
Damn.
the bare minimum, man. Just do, you know.
No, don't do just the bare minimum. You gotta do more. Just you gotta do.
I mean, okay, wait.
wait.
No, because they're like their bare minimum is like low.
Be
You
higher than
just
their
do a
minimum.
higher their minimum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me of
Uh,
the Hawk Tuah podcast.
Oh
How
god, I know. What
everything
is
was
that called?
like a scam, basically.
Oh, the when she did the
The rug
Bitcoin,
pull.
the Bitcoin,
Yeah, the
the
Bitcoin
Yeah.
rip pull.
or
But
the
apparently they
crypto. Sorry.
released a episode that wasn't supposed to be released, and they had like leaks, quote unquote, in that episode where she basically stated that she knew what was happening, and
Listen, I'm all for capitalizing on a situation where you're gonna be famous, but to capitalize on a situation like that, to be famous when someone asks if you got a hook to on that thing, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of because like there's only two routes you can go in your life, right? So that you just leave us all alone, or you capitalize on it. She capitalized it. I guess she made her money, but she's like stupid, right? It's
I don't
like we're
know.
making the wrong
Just
people. We're
because
making
of
the
that,
wrong
the
people
Hawk
famous.
Tuah, yeah.
I watched the ad about a Bitcoin ad, and it was disguised as like a children's animation where they talked about the history of money and the future of money, because they were just talking about how, like, yeah, back in the day it was the gold standard. The gold standard equals the amount of money we printed, and then the money, the government decided to print out a lot more money than gold. And then the kids were like, "So what should we do then? What's the next thing?" And it's like, well, this new thing called Bitcoin's coming out, so everyone's accountable for their own sort of money, and you should all invest into this. And I was like, dang, this is the future, I guess.
That's crazy. I
He
do
sounds
have
like a
a
pyramid
question.
scheme.
Who? All right, everyone needs to give one person that the world correctly made famous.
What?
Mm,
Like, who did we make the right person? Like, who? What person can you think of who we made famous, and it's like a good thing that we made them famous?
My
Like,
first thought,
Anyone.
like famous as in like they're on like they get like a lot of
Anyone.
views.
Yeah, like views, anything. Yeah, like it'd be anyone, YouTuber,
Oh,
celebrity,
oh, so not a
I got
celebrity, like an actor.
anyone, actor, anything. Yeah, because a
I
lot of
bet the
people say
singer.
like a lot of people say Kai Cenat is someone that is correctly famous, and I was like, I see it, but also I
I
don't
can
know.
see it, but he's been pulling like a lot of work in terms of like he's been
He's crazy
like
with it.
he does a lot of events. Like he
All
does
right,
a lot of crap.
I don't really watch it.
I know of him, but
he's got like
he's
every single celebrity in the in the back
yeah,
of his hand. Like I don't know how he's got like the
he
cast
has
from
a
Good Luck Charlie.
connection.
Like you got Bill Nye the Science Guy to show up on his stream. Like what the hell?
Kevin Hart and all, and like John Cena.
Alright.
Like it's crazy. And then was I Speed?
I thought he's
Just
good, but he kind of crazy though.
yeah,
too crazy. Too crazy.
he's for children. His children. His market's for children.
Yeah.
Those kids.
Yeah.
But he's kind of good. He's kind of funny too. I
I'm
think
trying to think
I
though.
believe it.
the first person I think when you say that, like a good person to make famous, was probably Mark Anderson. I was thinking he is a big guy who has a voice of golden. And dear listeners, you might know him because he's also I don't have his thing in this channel because
Oh,
he
the
was a
voice
sound
clip.
clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of song covers, and one of them was like he's a big wrestling fan too. Time to play the game, like Triple H's thing, like
That's
theme
Mark
song.
Anderson.
Mark
That's
Anderson,
Mark
yeah,
Anderson,
yeah.
What is
Time
he
to
in?
play the
What is he
game.
famous
He's this
for?
singer.
no, he's a singer because he started from like doing TikToks and stuff, but then he got actual like singing.
How about the black guy, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay, I know him. I know who you're
Oh,
talking about.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
His name, he goes by Big Daddy Mark.
yes.
Because I just get the
Oh yeah,
football
this
player
guy,
when I
yeah,
look him up.
I don't know. The
Time to
first
play the
person in
game.
my head was Robin Williams, but I'm not really a biggest fan of Robin Williams. I just remember hearing stories about how, like,
he's funny. He's good.
when he had budgets for the movie, he would hire like random people or donate to charities.
Right. Yeah, that's a good person to make famous. I'm trying to
That's
think
a
of
good
like
one.
someone good, but I can't really think of it even though I asked the question.
That's
Hmm.
I mean, it's a good question because we were thinking like, who in celebrity wise like we picked that's actually good and stuff like
Oh,
that. Like
Keanu
who's
Reeves. Fuck that guy is good.
That's a good one.
good
That
guy.
guy's
oh,
wholesome. He's a
since
good
you
person
mentioned
that we made famous.
who's that guy from The Mummy?
Oh,
Brandon
Oh,
Fraser.
Brendan Fraser,
yeah,
dude, that guy is so
Fraser.
good
Yeah,
too. Oh my
Yeah.
he's
god.
a good guy.
Yeah, him and Keanu have like the same type of like vibe and type of like they just want
Energy.
to like they just put it out there for the world and that's it. They like that's
The
them.
job.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I feel
I
like
mean,
Keanu Reeves would actually hop on this call and talk with us. You know what I mean?
he'd be passionate
But I
and
can't
be
see
like,
like yeah.
but I don't. He's like, whatever, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, Keanu
He's
Reeves is
like,
definitely a guy that is good. Like,
he is breathtaking.
yeah, he's good. He's a good one. Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Or what's his name? That the guy in Everything Everywhere All at Once, that Asian guy.
oh,
Key something Key Hei
he,
Han, like Key
yeah, something,
the
yeah.
cheaper tunnel.
Okay, whoa, okay,
No,
okay.
but he's cool too.
He's cool.
Yeah,
It
I
took
could see
some
that
time
guy.
because he was not famous.
Famous. Yeah.
He
But
was
now he's
mostly working
fucking
in the background, like
Which
with
now he's
guy?
stunts.
fucking
James Hong?
the no, Ki Hui
Ki
Kwan.
Hui Huan. He was
He's the
Short Round
guy.
in Indiana Jones. He
Oh,
Yeah.
was
I know who that is.
Oh.
You know, Everything Everywhere All at Once, that multiverse
Yeah.
movie. He's the
Yeah.
husband.
He's the husband.
Yeah. Him. Who else did we make famous? That's good.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I don't know
That's all I
actors
can
like
think.
that. I mean, I'm not really into that scene.
Movies and
Well, not actors. It could be anyone.
Well,
Anyone
regardless,
you
like, I don't know.
think. People that do stuff.
I can only
Charity
think
stuff.
of actors I like. I don't know what they do.
How about you
Behind the
think Emma
scenes.
Emma Stone? You think Emma Stone is someone that good that we made famous?
excuse
I
me.
don't know. I just think she's a good actor. I don't
Yeah, she's
'cause
a
I
good
don't know
actor.
what they do outside of camera.
The
Because like
stuff.
if
Yeah.
I said Jackie Chan, I was like, wait, oh wait, doesn't he hit his wife or something?
He's done a
Yeah,
lot.
she don't know.
He's
Is
in
he?
a lot of stuff.
Not the
Yeah.
best character.
How
in the
about
world.
Shaquille O'Neal?
Oh, Shaquille O'Neal's a good one.
Is he
Yeah,
good?
he made that shoe brand. He made that shoe brand because
For
you know how like
Walmart.
Jordans are so expensive. He made that shoe brand for Walmart cheap because
Yeah.
like the kids that couldn't afford it. I mean,
He has his
obviously,
own
she's
video
kind of
game
ugly though.
too.
But
Shaq Fu.
oh my god,
Isn't he a
Really?
genie?
Shaq is everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
He
I
did
like that
Papa
guy.
John's.
Did he have a
He's
scandal?
not an actor, so that's good.
Does he have a scandal? Oh, Papa
Shaq?
John's does. Yeah, Papa
That's
John's
why he's no
does.
Oh,
longer
Papa
the head
John's, he's
the
racist. He
face.
said the N word.
Oh, he said a slur on camera.
Yeah.
Papa John's.
Papa John.
Just remember when you eat Papa John's, you're eating.
I'm
John.
eating racism.
Dang.
You're
I
not
remember that
eating
scandal
John's.
too. I was
Yeah,
like, man,
it was bad.
they
I
closed
don't
on the
even
Papa
like Papa
John's near me.
John's. First of all,
I don't think I've had
How
Papa
cheap?
did I
John's.
even have Papa
Wait,
Yeah, I
John's
don't think I had Papa
before?
John's.
I don't think
So
you guys have Papa John's that you can't.
Is there a Papa
Yeah.
John's down there where we used to live? Is there one near there?
closed
None
down.
in
There
New
has to be
Jersey.
one. Probably
Closed
Lansing.
down in
I
like
don't know.
2012.
Yeah.
They're all right. I think they're a little bit less worse than Little Caesars.
I never
Honestly,
had
I'd
Little
rather
Caesars
get Little
either.
Caesars because you can't beat that shit. That shit's $5 hot and ready. Okay, you can't beat that.
$5.
Yeah.
You can't-
From the
you
fucking
literally- you
scraper
can't
of the
beat-
fucking.
You cannot beat 12 slices of pizza. Oh wait, no, it's 12. It's not 12. Sorry,
It's not
8
12.
slices.
It's not
Is it 8?
12.
How many slices? 6? What is a regular
Get
slice
your-
of pizza?
I don't know. Medium
Oh.
pie.
No, how many slices are on a regular pizza? 8 or 6? How many is
Doesn't
it?
depend on the establishment.
I think 8.
No, like there's a number, Scott. There is a number.
I think it's 8 because like in
8,
math.
right?
Yeah.
How many slices of pizzas are
And
on
a regular pie.
a large? Apparently, it's 8 to 12 for a large.
So 8 slices of pizza, you can't beat that shit for $5. You go to a regular place right now, like a regular pizza shop, you get 2 slices, that's already $5.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie though.
Not wrong.
When I went to not Boston, sorry, Brooklyn, I had some really good pizza, dude. And I was at this pizza joint at like 12 in the morning, and they gave me a discount because I think he misunderstood me. But that pizza was so good for no reason. I don't know what they do over there in New York.
Yeah, good pizza's fucking. I never had Chicago deep dish pizza, and I don't think I would ever
Yeah,
want
I
to try
want
that.
to try it because I don't think I'm a big fan of it, but
It's
I'm
like
willing
lasagna.
Yeah, it's basically like a deep bowl of sauce and
You had it, Justin,
cheese.
right? Because you live near there now, right?
I have not.
You never had it? Oh,
I never
God.
had it.
Well, now you gotta try it for us. Or maybe we go down.
We should
go
all
up
try
and
it.
try it.
It's not next to fucking Michigan.
Well, it's closer to you than us.
Chicago.
Yeah, but they got a Detroit version of it.
They do? I don't.
Yeah, there's like
A
I think
Detroit
it's like
pizza?
Detroit style. I think it's Detroit style pizza, but I think it's similar to Chicago.
I'm sure there's a whole debate of which one's better.
That shit looks
Maybe-
like sauce on
Oh,
top
it's not,
over
never mind.
cheese instead of cheese over sauce.
It's like the
It's like a
meme where the
pizza
guy's
pie.
like, "Where's the cheese?" It's under the sauce. But where's the cheese?
Under the
It's under the
sauce.
sauce.
There's
There's no cheese. It's under the
On
sauce.
the sauce.
sauce.
Wait, you guys ever see that Key and Peele skit when they did the D&D? You never seen it?
Oh.
Probably.
They did it.
D&D?
We can watch it later, but there's a Key and Peele skit. They did the D&D, and then the guy, like Keegan invites like Jordan to play, but it's like his like ghetto cousin to play, and then he goes, all right, what do you guys want to do? And he goes, all right, I want to go to the bar and get some bitches. And then they're like,
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. I know you're
I
talking
think I
about.
remember that.
And they're like, that's not how you play the game. There's no bar, there's no whores here. There's no. He goes, what kind of drink do you want? He goes, I want to get some Hennessy in this bitch. He goes, there's no Hennessy here. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh yeah.
We should watch it later. I just saw it like today.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We gotta do that. We gotta do that in the future. I'm telling you. Everyone come
Eventually,
over
yeah.
in my house in the future, in the basement. I want to build a game room.
You're not a man cave?
Your
Yeah.
man cave.
Your man cave.
I want to do like a room that has like, yeah, that we could like do games in, and then there's like a table that's like just switches to everything.
Right.
Like there's like something will
Ooh.
pop up, and it's like you could do D&D on it, and then you could like lower it down, and then you could play like
Yeah, those tables will be expensive, but you
it's
have to
like
be like,
$4,000.
yeah, like all customizable glass, like the wood's
Yeah.
nice, and like
Or
you
the
hold
ones where
like
like they put like the screen in it, like the TV screen in it, and then you could put
No.
like overlay. That's crazy.
yeah, that's cool.
That's the goal though.
That would be nice,
You
dude.
need a
And your kids,
projector.
did you
Project it down.
All right, and then I'll put beds there. We all sleep there.
we have a sleepover.
Sleepover.
LAN party.
Boys' night. Boys' night.
Woo!
No girls allowed.
Right.
And then y'all make snacks for us.
Well.
Oh my
He really
God.
is married.
Yeah, I guess so. Shit.
It's like, thanks, honey.
official.
And then we just got like a bunch of
Please
pizza
go
rolls.
upstairs. Go
Honey, not
upstairs.
now. We're in the game.
It's a game.
We're in the game.
Leave it at the door.
Where are the Tostinos? Where are the pizza rolls?
Where's the Dino Nuggies?
Where's the Dino
Come
Nuggies?
on. I
Oh,
don't
is the
want
pizza here yet? Is the pizza here? Can you leave me money for the pizza? Is it, all right, I'm gonna go to the gym now. There's $30 on the table for pizza. That's hilarious.
I can't wait to play
That would be
Minecraft with you guys
hysterical.
again.
I know.
Oh, man.
I gotta get it again because I don't think I can get it for free because I gotta buy it again, right? Because I had it on the other.
How many
account.
accounts do you have now?
How many?
I
Yeah.
have one
Yeah,
account.
you can.
I have one account. I have one.
Just do forget
No, I feel like you have
password
like
or
4 accounts
something.
right now.
No, but no, I'm
Yeah.
saying no. I can make it. I can. If I put it onto a different like computer, I had to buy it again, or can I download it for free? Is what I'm
It's the
saying.
same account.
So I can get it for free.
Yeah.
It's gotta
Yeah.
download. Yeah,
You
download
just log in.
Minecraft
Oh, then
and
oh,
log
then
in.
I
Log
don't have to-
in.
I don't have to do it then. I
What's
just gotta
with
remember.
the?
You have to buy a different Minecraft account every single time you download a
Yeah.
different PC or computer.
Okay, get a new PC. You
All right, it's my
download
third
the
account.
PC.
It's my third account. Shut up.
Oh my God, this
Third
guy.
account.
Third account.
But it won't be because I'm gonna do forget password. That's smart.
Exactly. What? Oy, oy, oy.
Well,
So
on
we got
that
pizza
cheery
next.
note, I think we can get a conclusion to this episode. If y'all have any great recommendations to recommendate,
Do we skip Ebenezer?
Oh, he can do that. He already did that one. He can do it again.
no, let's do a different one. You already did that
Yeah,
one.
do a different one.
Gotta think of a different recommendation than
Yeah.
recommendation.
Let me
Yeah, I think it's something different.
Let me think something different.
Well,
I guess I could start.
Go ahead.
all right, I will start.
Okay, well, all right.
You want to start?
I just said, I guess I could start and just.
Oh, I
okay,
said you. Okay, you can start.
Me too.
Oh no, you can start.
No.
Someone, please.
You can start.
Justin,
You're the host.
Justin, take a stand.
Scott,
Justin takes the stand.
All right, Justin takes the. Go.
Approach the bench.
I have approached the bench, Your Honor. So I would like to recommend, the Reacher season 3. I've been watching that. It's an Amazon. It's a third season of Reacher. If you're not a fan of it, I recommend watching the first season. Second season has already been out, and now we're on the third season. It's like one more episode before the season finale. Essentially, this is a part of a Reacher lineup of books going into entertainment live action. This is, I believe, the 7th book of the show. Quick synopsis: basically, Reacher, a retired military action man, is going undercover for this operation to help the DEA uncover something with what was that? Not exploitation, but like importing like illegal goods, guns, and stuff like that through a rug service. And so he's deep undercover, and not only is he uncovering more for this operative, he's also finding out one of his victims that he supposedly killed has returned and is still alive, and he's one of like the statistic, like a psychopath guy. And he's still alive under a new name because he got his old memory. And so now, once Reacher found out, he has to make sure that he finished the job this time, makes sure it ends. And so the whole season's just leading on to that and having new, it's incorporating his old military life while also showing what's happening in the present. And it's really
Is that a
good.
spoiler? Was that a spoiler?
No, it's a big synopsis of the book.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
didn't know.
I didn't start the season yet. That's why you son of a bitch.
No,
Oh.
it's in the back of the book.
Yeah,
But
Reacher's good.
it's really good. And I do recommend. It's better than second season in my opinion because it sort of
What was the second
relies
season?
on. Huh?
What was the second season? The second season one was with the police.
The second season was more police and also
Right.
with more of his comrades.
Right,
This
right, right.
one's back to square the old foundation of just him.
Hmm.
With other side characters that are new for the season, but it's mainly just him.
Right.
And so he's proving his intelligence and stuff like that. And the actions are still great. Um, I do recommend if you're a big fan. If not, give it a try. Season 1. Season 3 is more action like season 1 than season 2. Season 2 has more group dynamic, and this is more. If you like the solo mission of him, you'll like it.
Yeah, Reacher is really, really, really good. They got that. You know what's crazy too? That guy gets bigger and bigger every season. I don't understand.
That's so
Like
true.
he's so. What's his name?
He's
Alan
huge.
Richardson, whatever.
Yeah.
the heck.
Alan
Yeah.
Richardson, yeah, and
Yeah.
he
You
was
see
the
the first season, and he's already jacked as hell, right? He's like 6'4", whatever, like 260 pounds, right? He's jacked. Second season, he's even bigger. And this season, it's like, bro, what the fuck did you do? Like, what the hell? Like, he's like literally like a door frame.
which is funny
It's
because
insane.
like, dude, if you've seen his past work, he was in a comedy show. I forgot. It was like I think it
Mhm.
was Blue Mountain, where he
Yeah,
was like a
Blue Mountain
football
State, yeah.
player, and like it's so different because from his action and serious tone to a
Right.
comedic role where he was somewhat like lean.
All right.
It's funny.
Like he's
And
still jacked in Blue Mountain, but it's like
he's still
lean.
it's
Like,
lean.
yeah.
This one he's
But now
jack
he's just like a
jack,
fucking gorilla, dude. He's like, what the hell?
dude. Yeah, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
kind
saw
of
the
it's
cover photo, and he does look pretty big.
look at like season 1 compared to season 3. It's insane. Like, I don't understand how a human can get that big.
yeah. So I do recommend Reacher. Reacher series is all my favorites. It's just like a
He's 42.
man's like
He's a
dream
little
of
older, yeah.
being by yourself and just like retiring and doing all these action stuff. Reminds me
Yeah.
of like John Wick, but he has smarts to back it up and
Oh,
not
John Wick,
gunplay.
the new one's coming out. The new John Wick one is coming out.
The show
Yeah,
and supposedly a new John Wick is in
movie.
the works.
The ballerina movie is like in the same world, I think.
Yeah, but no, that is
Yeah.
supposedly confirmed a John Wick 5.
Oh, did they?
Supposedly,
Dude, that
supposedly.
shit's
I
so
thought it
good.
was
Oh my
over.
god.
I thought so too, but they want this is a good series. It's a good series, and they want to milk it.
What
I
the
said that
Which
man
money?
can only get beaten up so
I
much.
feel like it should have ended though, but hopefully it's just maybe it revolves around him, but
What are you, Shrek
doesn't.
5?
Well, it's like how
Oh
Fast and
God,
Furious doesn't
Shrek
end.
5. But that'll be like another podcast conversation. Let's go back to just recommendation stuff. So I'm done my piece.
Well, I'm not recommending
Um,
Shrek 5. Granted, it hasn't come out yet, but
It hasn't come
regardless,
out
I'm
yet, but
not doing it.
the trailer came out.
Yeah.
Our teaser.
which one?
Yes, sir.
Oh, the one with Zendaya?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone did not like the new art design.
Yeah, I don't know why they just. I don't know why they did that. The new art design that worked and is really good is the Puss in Boots movie.
Yeah, I have to watch that one still.
That
Yeah.
shit,
I
I'm gonna recommend that. Actually, that's my recommendation. You
Oh,
gotta
there we
go
go.
there
Okay, okay.
and you gotta
There we
watch.
go. There we
Puss in
go.
Get the
Boots.
animation there, not
You gotta
like a
watch.
Picasso.
Yeah, you gotta watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. That
The last
shit
one was good.
is so good, and the art is so good, and the villain is so good, and fucking what's his name? Antonio Banderas is just so good.
Oof.
Yeah, Puss in Boots. That's my recommendation.
Isn't it like 3 movies in? Is it 3 or 2 movies?
I think the Puss in Boots. That one is the second. That's the second movie.
Oh, so there's
Yeah.
2. Okay.
Yeah, that movie is good, dude. I didn't think it was gonna be that good, and then I watched it and I was like, damn. Fear me if you dare.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
still gotta watch it. It sounds good too.
All right, that's my recommendation. Yeah, all you viewers out there, go there and watch Puss in Boots. I don't care if you're like 40 years old.
Find
Watch it.
find it in your streaming
Watch
data.
it. That shit's good.
That's cool.
I think it's on Amazon Prime, or some. It's on a streaming platform, but
Mm.
yeah. All right, Scott Ebenezer.
Pinocchio by Guillermo del Toro. That was good.
Ooh.
Is it? That's the one
It's a
that's like
movie.
the claymation.
The new
Is it
one.
claymation?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, it is?
Is it claymation?
It's a
Or stop
motion
motion?
It's a
stop motion. Yeah.
2022 stop motion animation film.
Yeah, that one's really good.
That was
Oh,
pretty
guess
I'm
there's-
getting the other one mixed up. The other but live action one.
With
the one with
Tom
Forrest
Tom
Hanks?
Gump.
Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
My boss just saw him in California because there's a really big shipping convention called TPM in California, and Tom Hanks was the speaker for one of our customers, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? Why is Tom Hanks the speaker for a shipping convention?" But it's because he did that one movie,
Oh, the fucking
Captain
yeah.
Phillips one. Yeah.
That's funny.
But then I was like, "Oh, what did he talk about during the convention?" He was like, "Oh, he's just talking about his career and his life. That's it." So nothing at all related to.
Nothing
That's an
related at all.
actor.
He's
I've
just
seen things ship.
Yeah.
Jenny, I love you, Jenny. Him reciting lines.
Yeah. And then he said that he was talking in like his voices of characters. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But I was like, isn't that just his regular voice?
You can really hear the Woody in him, right?
There's a snake,
Yeah,
my
that's
boo.
funny.
You got a friend in me.
Whoa.
Well, I guess I'll do this recommendation. I was trying to decide which one to do. And I'll do this this manhwa. It's called Roxana, The Way to Protect the Female Lead's Older Brother. Basically it's a like villainous story where the person gets reincarnated or like, spawned into the world of the book. And inside that book, it's like a tragedy and such. And she spawns in as one of the villain's daughters, but not like the main villain, like one of the actual like side character stuff. So she noticed that the main actual love interest guy gets kidnapped by her family, and she needs to bring him outside the family so that he doesn't die, because his family is really sicko, like really, really crazy. And the reason why it's so good, even though it's on hiatus, is because the art looks so good, and this is one of the few times when the villainess is actually still a villain, if that makes sense. Because most of the times when you read these villainous like reincarnation stories, they take over and they're suddenly nice, right? They don't want to be the villain because they're normal humans. But she's actually like, I will kill people if I have to, and I'm not afraid to do that. So she still maintains the vibe of a villain, and it's really great. um, Unfortunately, the reason why it's on hiatus is because the artist was being forced to work overtime, like to get the publication done. And when she applied, well, basically she had a miscarriage because of it. And when she, reported it to her publisher basically just said, keep working because you have to get these deadlines done. And the funny thing is that the person that was like her editor, like the publisher editor person, was on medical, not medical leave, but what's it called? Maternal leave. So when she asked for maternal leave, she got denied. But her publisher, who's telling her to work, is on maternal leave. And so like she couldn't even grieve over the death of her baby because of the miscarriage.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like a big F in the face because it's like, what? Why? And that's why I'm so annoyed, because this manga is so good. And it got to the point where in her grand scheme of trying to like make the novel in her own image, quote unquote, it's like that climax battle scene, and then it just ends because of all this bullshit that happened with the publisher and shit. So now basically everyone's speculating that this never is going to come back, which sucks because I don't want to read the light novel, because obviously I want to look at the pretty pictures.
That's
Damn,
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Holy crap. I did not.
That reminds me of a story I read on Reddit on like, am I overreacting? When this guy posted it and he was like, am I overreacting by flipping out my boss because my grandma died the morning and I had to take her to the hospital like where she died at, and like I didn't like let them know at work, so then my boss fired me because but then he told him what happened. He goes, yeah, you should have let us know. Da, da, da. We didn't have anyone to cover us, so I don't think this is working out to let you go. It's like, my grandma died, bro, the
Yeah.
same morning. What the heck? Yeah.
Actually, something similar happened to my coworker, where like her uncle was basically on like death's door and was gonna pass away, and he actually did pass away like a day later. But like she texted the boss saying like, "Hey, I'm going to travel to this hospital, which is far away. It was like a state over basically, and I'm not gonna be able to go to work." And then the boss literally said like, "But you have a job to do. We need you here."
That's great.
And then she was really just like, "Yeah, but I can't go because I have to go to the hospital." And then they had a huge argument because of it. And then she basically said, "We'll talk to you later. We'll discuss this later." And then yeah. So
never
it does
understand
happen in
that.
real life, unfortunately.
Like what? Like, I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Corporations are ass, like fucking that, and especially managers who fucking implement that, like they have no fucking
Yeah,
souls.
but you know how easy it is to be, oh no, don't worry about it. I'll cover your stuff. Because I'm a manager, right? I'll cover your stuff because I'm
Right.
like, what the?
Absolute abysmal.
If someone gives me a boss like that, oh my god, I'm putting a face through a wall.
You know,
But hopefully their face, not your face.
Their face through a wall, not mine. That's
Jeez.
crazy. My god, I don't know.
Absolutely sick.
Well, thanks again for coming along. I'm hoping we can do another one of these before the ends, because it's nice to just have a ramble of, you know, intelligent conversations amongst the four of us.
We had pretty good intelligent conversations today, I feel like.
Yeah.
we
I
learned.
think.
We learned something.
Yeah,
We
we learned
learned
that in the
we didn't
Gettysburg, the Russians
learn.
were crazy.
The Russians were crazy
Yeah.
in the Gettysburg.
Yep.
Yeah, viewers, the things we said today, that's all historic. That's happened.
Story. Accurate.
The Russians were a part of this US Civil War. They were here. They were
were
here, and yeah,
They were here the whole time.
they were here. I don't even think Russia was Russia at that time. I think
They're the
Yeah.
Soviet Union, right?
No, they're not the Soviet
They
Union.
had to be Russia at
They
that
were like
time.
the Tsar,
no, I think it was just
Yeah.
it
on
was like
SARS.
the whatever.
the monarchy, probably.
Yeah,
The monarchy.
Come on, the Anastasia storyline. Come on, then.
yeah.
The Great
The
Coalition.
Fabergé, Anastasia,
The
princess.
Great Massacre.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's that crazy guy's name?
Stalin.
Rasputin.
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 What did he do?
Oh yeah, and Stalin.
Stalin.
Yeah.
They were both Russian.
Yeah.
Stalin was the dictator.
Oh, for some
That,
reason
like,
I thought he was like.
murdered a bunch of people.
Stalin is.
I thought one of them was Germany.
That's Hitler.
Oh,
Close.
That's
close.
Mr. H.
That's
I saw
Mr. Adolf
a
Hitler.
mustache, and I thought one's one of them, right?
Oh, yeah, they both had mustache. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're both like.
You know, it's
Black
actually
and
pretty
white.
crazy. Not that it gets too sidetracked before we end this episode. I was trying to end, but it was crazy how much weaker the Allies were in that time of period, because everyone was suffering from the Great War before, and the army was not as big as Germany's. That's why they were trying to do appeasement, because they were really not ready for a fight. No one was at all,
And they also had everyone and their mother fighting too.
because they
right?
had to.
Like, yeah, they had to.
They
Yeah.
were still recovering from World War One, and Germany was the only one that was actually militarizing again. Everyone else was still like in the dumps. So that's why Germany kind of like wrecked face. And the only reason why,
Over.
like, I'm telling you, if Germany, no, I'm not getting into it.
There's
He's
a
about to
TV
get
show
into
about
rant.
that.
Not getting into it.
TV show
He's about to
about,
fall
like,
in it.
Yeah,
He's
There's a
about to
TV
go
show
I
in
about-
almost
deep.
activated my history card, but I'm not the history guy, so I gotta
there's a TV show
maintain
about if
balance.
Hitler won. It's called Man in High Castle. That's like if Hitler won, then this is what happened this is what would happen in the U.S. if he won. It's pretty good.
Hey, I thought Scott was our history guy.
He's
the
the history
resident
guy.
historian.
Then why is he saying he's not the history guy? You're the history guy.
because
He's the
on
history guy
my
and the map guy.
and the
Shut up,
time
and
guy.
and
Yeah,
the
you're trying to
and the
trying
time
to
guy.
gaslight us and not think you're not the history guy. Newsflash, you are the history guy.
Yeah, you're the history guy. You got a lot of
Yeah,
things
you
to watch.
got a lot of guys under you.
You got a lot of watching.
We got a lot of guys on this.
I go by
A
many
lot of
hats.
guys.
I use hats. I don't use guys. All right. A man of many hats.
Yeah, like guy. Wait, I meant guys or guides?
Guys.
Guides.
Oh.
Tragedy.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna end this, guys.
And these guys.
All right, guys. Have a nice night, guys.
Have a good night, guys. Oh, guides. No, guys. Have a night, guys.
Guys.
Good guides.
That was a misinput. I literally said I literally said guide, guys, not guides, guys.
I believe you.
No, yeah, we
See,
got
he
you.
knew. He
We
knew.
understand, honey. We understand.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We catch what you're dropping.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
All right,
Oh,
dude.
God.
That's nice.